What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
Things look bad. It looks like you're not gonna make it. And you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
Right, good evening everybody, welcome back to VP4TV, welcome to Mr. Deanster, Semi-Pro, Bill, anyone else I might have missed. We're here for another one lost side match, the 10-ball Virtual World Championships. We've got Larry up against Quagmire, and that starts in about a minute and a half's time. I'm going to do a quick tab. Well, no sign of Steve, so again, maybe just have to wait until he appears in the room. We had an incident last night in VP4. Actual fact, I was down getting coffee and watching a bit of TV, and a match started at 11 PM last night between Mr. Fox and Bullabog. And well, it basically ended up in Mr. Fox saying he was uninstalling VP4 and he was gone. I'll say no more about it, other than the fact that Steve has opened up the match again. Whether it will go ahead, I don't know. Welcome to Cobra. I'm going to do one more quick tab, because this room's just about to go up. In fact, it has gone. One more quick tab. And I've just realised that after doing the quick tab, after doing that, I've just realised that when I spoke to Steve earlier, he told us he was going to play golf, so I've totally forgot all about it.
VP4TV and Tactical Genius Productions presents Larry and Quagmire in a one-loss side match race to 13. Remember, hit that like button and subscribe to join in the chat. Right,
so that would be a good few hours ago. Steve was going golfing. Bill, Paul was ahead 11 racks to 9 at the time, and then Mr. Fox had a power failure, according to him, and he didn't get back in time, and Mr. Fox assumed that they were going to finish the match in a room, and then Paul thought different about it. He decided to go with the rules of the tournament, which in one sense is his prerogative. That's not his fault that the other player got disconnected. But anyway, Steve will resolve that one way or the other. So Quagmire has won the lag. Well, let's see what happens here. Quagmire's got a ball in the break. He's not going to have a great shot in the one, but is that a combo, that 1-2? Well, it might be worth having a go at that, because that could give him a chance to get a safety here. Because if he's cutting it the other way, it could end up with a 2-ball, maybe going into the 3, and he could scratch also. So he's having a look at the combo. Strong predictions here for Larry. Well, it was stormy last night. It wasn't so bad up here, at least. If it was, I never noticed it. I was out like a light. But we've had a couple of storms in the last 4 or 5 days. The weather's not been great. And, well, that was the second part of my idea. You know, have a go at the combo, and at least you can duck for cover up table. I mean, Larry's got nothing easy here. He might do something similar, because there's no value in potting the one other than you're running into balls and then you don't know what's going to happen. You're just hoping in luck here. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. Well, you see, Larry's had a go. Quagmire's now got the 1 and the 2 ball. Now, if he can get up maybe as high as that 4 ball without hooking himself, well, that's no good, because that's pointless doing that. I think he should have tried to maybe bump the 4, and he might have been able to get to about there and run into that 3 and 7. This is no good for anything. Welcome to Hairpig. So everybody going for Larry so far, apart from Hairpig, who's calling out for a shock here, I think. I don't think we expect Larry's going to go down 13-5, but stranger things can happen in tournaments. But this first rack's definitely going to be clinched with that 3 ball. Again, Larry's going for the bank. So now he's going to have to try and hook him behind the 7, which he has done. Now this is straight up and down dead weight. That's all I'd be doing. Straight up and down dead weight. And that way, even if you don't hit the 3, you're not going to bump it and move it and make it easy for Larry with ball in hand. So you go up and down and roll onto the 3, just so that you're dead weight onto it. You're not going to leave Larry anything particularly easy. A possible combo, and even that's no good. Is he going to catch it? And that'll do. Although it may, I don't think that's going to be a combo unless Larry somehow bumps the rail and chips the edge of the 7 quite hard to get it rolling. He would need to hit this quite hard, I think, if he was going to try that. He might be able to cut that in if he bumps the 3 just on a point that is chipping the edge of the 7. But he might need to do it with a bit of pace, though. Let's see what he does. Yeah, well, I think he had to hit it to the rail first, because that just pushed the 7 in the line it was going, which was to the long rail. So, let's have a quick look at that 5 ball. I don't think there's any worries with that. I think it possibly goes both pockets up table. Yeah, it does. It goes into both pockets. So it is going to be a 3 ball rack, or whoever gets it should be winning it. And Quagmire has had a nice little bump there on that 10. Now the only danger, of course, we all know the danger here, coming back across the table and scratching. Welcome to Chimpy. I mean, sometimes you've just got to either be brave and take the risk, or maybe end up doing something like that, which ends up nothing. And Larry's got the same problem, and Larry will probably edge on safety and just cut this and come across and leave it a bit more awkward rather than trying to get up past the side pocket, I would think. Yeah, that was the right shot. So Quagmire's opportunity there was thrown away very quickly. Now, when I get a minute, and just to annoy them that get annoyed about it, I'm going to look at the schedule, because that has been updated. I think he's still okay. So this would be 3 rails to the short side if you want. The only danger is a scratch if you overhit this. But he could be digging in and coming across. And again, the danger there is a possible scratch going that way. But he's going around 3 rails to get to that short side. And I like the pace. Just a wee bit short, but you'd much rather be there than cutting from behind the 7. Then he's got no problem worrying about the 9, so this should be done and dusted as long as the 7 goes in. But again, you can start counting them up from rack 1. Quagmire's had an opportunity and he's not been able to follow it through. And if you're going to survive in this tournament, you must be playing of a level where you are taking opportunities like that. And That's the first attempt, the first fail he's had, and he can't keep that habit up in this match. So Larry stole the break, or stole the rack off Quagmire on his break. That 1 ball's going in. The 10 ball may have went into the side. It'll come back up. No, it wasn't the 10 ball, it was a cue ball. That's a disaster. I thought that was a 10 ball that had gone in. 10 balls up table, so straight away Quagmire has ball in hand. The 1 ball having gone, he's got, well, he's going down table, so he's got an easy 1 ball. And then he needs to just roll this dead weight again. He doesn't want to be bumping this 7 ball and the 2 ball going along the short rail or doing anything silly like that. But I think it's too deep in the pocket for that to happen. And where he finished in the 3, he probably maybe glad that that 2 ball didn't go in. Now he's in better shape to get good in the 4. So, how often do we say this? They're all there. It's just about getting on them and moving the cue ball. And this is going to be the tough one to get good in this 5. I think he's a wee bit straight in this 4 ball. Now that just needs to keep coming. And that's not bad. Again, nothing to do with the cue ball other than just roll this in at a weight where the cue ball's not running up into the table too far and interfering with the 9 ball. And he's checked the cue ball to make sure he was avoiding that. Now, I would still want to go 3 rails here, so I'd be juicing up the right spin and stunning that in and running round the rails. He's preferring to leave this long. I don't like this. I'd much rather get much closer to the 8 ball, which makes it a lot easier to get better in the 9. And again, he's failed. So I think his mistake was not trying to get better on that 8 ball. When you start playing the in from distance, and then he ends up not really good on the 9 ball either. So that's 2 out of 2 for Quagmire, and this might be the tail of this match here. You know, Larry's got nothing to do other than tidy up the mess that's left, and it just might be the way you would describe how this match is going to go, because it's 2 chances for Quagmire and 2 fails, and Larry's just going to pick him off here. He'll be quite happy that this happens all night long. And that's, again, the thing I spoke about the other night there, that there are players in the tournament who can pop balls. But the other aspect of the game, especially if you're on the 1-loss side, and especially if you want to try and stay in the tournament, your game level has to go up. You have to be able to start taking these chances that you're getting, which, you know, the chance of the first rack was more difficult for Quagmire than the second rack. And you've got to be putting at least 1 out of 2 of them away. So here's the first sort of little test for Larry to actually run the table. So 1 ball, not a problem. If he comes back a wee bit with the angle, he's fine. He's cutting that in and running across the 4, so no problem there. Loads of acreage to get on the 5 coming back down, but then the problem's the 6 ball. And that 6 ball, you can sit here and say it goes past the 9, but you really want to be trying to get there on that 6 ball. This is going to be in bedhead territory. Now, he could easily thin that 5 ball. He could just brush that 5 ball to the short rail and run up towards the 8 ball. He's got a line that he can get there. But you know what Larry's like. He's going to be taking a risk here. Well, he didn't play the pot, and he's gone the other side, and that is a good result. In actual fact, Larry's line was better than my idea, because the one thing that could have interfered with that shot I was talking about was the 7 ball. And he achieved what he set out to do, and that's got Quagmire in trouble. Well, the first angle he was taking there looks as if he was going 2 rails to kick into the 5 from the short side. And well, he had a good attempt at it. And bumping that 9 ball out the way like that, where he's just scratched off it, has made life much, much easier for Larry. So now Larry's problem has been solved. You know, the pocket's now wide open. He just needs to get a decent angle, although he's gone closer to the rail than he would have liked. Now, this is a bit tricky, because he wants to obviously follow through. And let's just say that wasn't Larry's best effort. Or did he play the hook? But we give him the benefit of the doubt there. Quagmire getting no luck regardless, because he's having to kick again. That might work, apart from the fact he's hit the wrong side and scratched. So this time Larry will get the job done for 3-0. Wants to ideally run through to the inside of that 7 slightly, or just like that. That's perfect, because all he's doing is just rolling the 7 in and from past that 9. Anything but straight in the 8 ball. I think he's actually above the 8 ball slightly as well, so he'll just dink through for the 9 in the side. So this is done and dusted. And if it keeps up like this, we might be worried that I think Larry had a 13, what was it he had earlier in the tournament? Let's have a look. We'll see the break for it. I'm sure Larry had a whitewash, didn't he? Where are we? Where's Larry in the winner's side when he was there? I'm sure he had a whitewash earlier in the tournament. No, I can't see him. Yeah, there you are. He beat Dubrovnik 17-0. I remember that. Well, this could be the second one. A second whitewash here, I think. And while I'm in here, we might as well just have a quick look. We've got a match tomorrow evening at midnight my time. I won't be there for it. That's Spud Boy and Chiku. Then we've got Cobra and Christian on Friday afternoon at 2 PM. That'll be a bloodbath. And then you've got Vinces and Interchange X having rearranged their match. And that's for Sunday, late Saturday night or Sunday morning, 1:30 my time. So again, I won't be there for that. One Pocket Slim and Semi-Pro, Sunday evening at 7 PM. I will be there for that one. And then next week on Tuesday evening at 8:30 GMT, we've got a big match between Albinario and Spectre Dawn. So that's us updated. And Interact number 4, Larry with a shot in the 1. Now, how's that 2 ball past the 8? Plenty of room. So he wants to finish in the gap between the 8 and the 4, or go beyond that. Well, in fact, he's bumped the 4, but what he hasn't done is potted the 1. Well, that Excuse me, that's what you said the other night there, Bill, because that's like 3 hours. That's 3 hours after the league starts at 5 PM my time. So that's good. So this is the 4th rack where Quagmire has a table that he should be getting out on if he's got any intention of winning this match. And he really shouldn't have been running into the 3 ball there either, because that could have went dead. So the challenge for Quagmire is getting good in the 6 ball so he can drop up for that 7. And again, a bit too much of a hurry, I think. Not a very well controlled shot. Misses the 4. Wasn't sitting perfect in the 5. And this is going to be the story of this match. Quagmire having chances, can't get the job done. Larry just tidying up, rack after rack. And you begin to think that the only way Quagmire's going to get a rack is Larry's fault. Larry's going to hang an 8 ball or something with just 3 balls left on the table, something like that. Or he's going to try and do that and scratch like that. This is a wee bit testy though. It goes clean. So he'll just become right down the bottom of the table here. I mean, he could stun across if he wants to do that. He's got choices where he goes, but really just getting to below the 10 ball will do for 4-0. And this is what, I don't know, I keep going on about players not thinking about what they're doing and all of that stuff and getting on a rant. A couple of those racks really should have been Quagmire's. But that 4 ball he played there, I think he played it far too quick. And it wasn't really played with a great deal of control. At least it didn't give me the impression that it was. Welcome to Tommy. Quagmire trying to keep things safe. But he hasn't got the cover, and this will just roll straight through with the cue ball back up into the table. Well, Larry's digging in to come across just to hold it. Whatever you're happy with. Now, the 8 ball goes at least into one of the corner pockets. One good thing about it is the way this table's lying, where the 7 ball is pretty good to get on that left side of the 8. I take it you've heard the bad news, Paul. Well, the bad news as far as you're concerned. Good evening. Did you check your messages, see if you get anything sent through from Steve? Yeah, he still may, because he said he was going to uninstall the game prior to leaving the building and throwing the toys out the pram. And Larry's, as I predicted, got good enough in the 7 just to drop down in the 8. Welcome to Slim. At least to keep going. The abbreviated version is Paul and Fox were playing late last night. Paul was 11-9 up. Fox disconnected, was gone for more than 10 minutes. The match obviously timed out. Fox came back. I think there was an assumption that they were going to play it out, but Paul decided otherwise to go by the tournament rules, and Steve, having heard what happened today, has decided otherwise and opened up the match again. So they're either going to have to rearrange it and finish it in a tournament room, which is what I suggested last night, and then forward the result of the winner to Steve. Oh well, I don't like seeing anybody saying they're playing the tournament for fun. For a start, you play to win. And the thing is, you're the one in front. He's the one under pressure. Anyway, whatever the outcome is, will happen sooner or later. So Quagmire hooked in the 3. Now somebody needs to remind me, who's George A? Is that a new viewer? Welcome to George A. Could be somebody in disguise, you never know. Are you feeling any better, Slim? Well, it's deja vu again. Quagmire not hitting the ball on, and Larry with ball in hand, and a table that you would always expect Larry to get himself out. Now this has gone with enough angle that he's got to, in fact, is he going to maybe spin this forward a wee bit? Yeah, not too much forward, Larry. Touched like a sledgehammer. That's not where he wanted to be. Well, all you guys, who was it? Was it Cobra that predicted Quagmire winning this? You sure you don't want to retract that statement? I think I said a couple of days ago this could possibly be a bloodbath. And the more we look at it, the more I think we're all agreeing it's going to be. It's going to be hard for Quagmire to win a rack here. He's going to have to rely on a gift, I think. Well, welcome to VP4TV. Spread the good news. Well, the only thing that's different tonight is that usually I have a co-commentator who, if you don't know, is the actual game developer. He's the reason that Virtual Pool 4 exists, and all predecessors to it existed. But he's got more important things to do today. He's out playing golf. That's how tough a life he's got. Now here's Quagmire with a cutback, and I think he might have got himself a wee bit lucky here. No, it's the other way round, Eddie. It's the other way round, I'm afraid. It's Quagmire getting opportunities and throwing every single one of them away. That's the story of the match so far. Larry's only doing what he does. You give him chances, he's going to pop balls all night, and that's what it's looking like. How many times do I have to keep telling you, Mr. Deanster, there is only one only tactical genius. No matter how George or anybody else tries, They ain't got it. And the longer I keep telling you that, the more I believe it. So, quagmire with a table that even I would fancy running out. No. I'll sacrifice subs. No, I'm not going to delude people into thinking they're going to be tactical geniuses. Right, this needs to slow up. Right, so far so good. So the 4-ball, you don't want to run too far inside, but this is good. He's fine. He's got a good line. Does he want to let this run through? Or does he want to try and stun to the rail and come back out, or stay and leave it below the 7 and play it up table? He has to make a decision. So there's two choices to go about this, and he's done the one to stun to the rail and get out, and that's perfect. Now this is just a dink in and let it spin out. Now he's trying to stun down. That'll work as well if he's happy with the angle. That's good. Now he needs the angle to get out for the 9. Now this is, I'd be spinning this back with bottom right, sorry, like he's doing. And he's had a brush in the 9, but that'll do. So at least he knows to do that with the bottom right to get out of there. So this should be a stun in and round behind the 10-ball maybe. But they try to keep it straight. The only danger with that is the further he leaks away, the more of a cut he's going to have. This is what's got me worried. But he should be off the mark here. Commentator's last words. Thank God for that. And it's took him 7 racks to decide he wants to actually pop balls and win racks. But it's too late, I think. Yes, correct. Yeah. So well done to Quagmire for at least taking a good opportunity. There wasn't a problem ball on the table, and that's exactly what you have to do, but he's left it too late. Now, I'm going to blow my own trumpet here. And this afternoon, I set up a Honolulu room. I was in practicing on my own. I set it in the advanced settings where you can choose to have the force call shot off, as Steve asked. And I went in, did a little bit of testing, and I came out. And then when Steve got a hold of me earlier this afternoon, I asked him a question. And the question I asked him was, when you set up a Honolulu room and you're in practicing on your own, and you go to miscall a shot when you're playing against yourself, my question to Steve is should the miscall still function in a room on your own where you're just practicing against yourself? Steve's answer was yes to that question. But what he very quickly discovered, that I found out that the miscall did not function. So that was a bug that I found, and he said, well, and I went in and tested it himself, and then he said, well, I'll go and fix that. So it's just as well we didn't have the tournament. Well, if he's not going on about that, he's going on about politics, which is why he's not in this channel. He wants to come on and have a fight with somebody over something. So I had enough of that when he did it one time. Now this is a tricky cut. He's actually overcut it now. Well, that probably couldn't have finished in a worse spot for Larry. Well, that's the problem with having to queue over that 9-ball. Larry put a wee bit of spin on it, probably. So ball in hand for Quagmire here. Now it's going to obviously be the 4-10 combo. And I think he wants to play this without scratching, obviously, like that. And that's just a careless shot. So careless to be scratching. Well, this is a very good line in this 5-ball. Round behind the 10-ball. Don't hook yourself behind the 7, Larry. Might be a bit straight in this 6. Can you pinch a bit of it? Well, he's going to have to work the cue ball a wee bit here. Yeah. And it's not ideal. No, he got on to my case because I was playing in that cowboy tournament, and I was in, and Woody beat me in this cowboy thing at night. He won the match, but that wasn't my problem. The fact that I lost the match, my problem was that there was 2 versions of Woody in the tournament. That was my problem. He had 2 accounts, and he'd signed into the wrong account, and he was in the tournament twice. So I just had a dig at him about that, and Fox took his side. Steve, I think, I don't know whether he killed his account eventually, but he had logged in, and I think he forgot his login or something, so he created another one. And but at the end of the day, he had two profiles in this one tournament. But I always, there's plenty of people I fell out with in VP over the years, and there's people that I fell out with and I haven't spoke to since. Not naming names. That's all you do. You just avoid people. Avoid them that you don't go on with. Avoid them that piss you off. Just don't get involved with them. Stay away from them, and then you won't get in any trouble. Oh, watch this! I thought he was heading south there. Now, you're taking a big risk here, trying to get out of the gap, avoid a bump to get out for that 4-ball. But you've not really got much of an option. You've just got to hit and hope that you find the gap. Looks as if this 6-ball is going to take a hit. He's trying to draw it tight, and that might work. That might work. It might work. That is perfect. He had to get it tight to avoid that 6-ball, and he's done really well to get this far. Now, this is a tricky one, because without doing anything crazy, he should be leaving this long with the cut. It's not what he wants, but I don't think he can try and get anything better than what he's going to have here. Well, he is. He's going for it. He's letting it run. So now this is one of these, as long as the ball's there and there's a pocket there, let's just try and pot them and keep going. It's probably doomed to failure. Commentator's prediction was right. So Larry, once again, for what seems to be about the 7th time in this match, is coming in either with ball in hand or a wide open table just to tidy up what's left for another rack on the board. But all remaining players in this tournament, if you can't take opportunities where the balls are there and it's about moving the cue ball, you're not going to stay in the tournament. Your time is up. You've run your course. This is as far as you're going to get, because all the rest of the guys, whether they be on the one-loss side or the winner's side, are all going to be brutally punishing you if they're getting opportunities like these. Now, break goes back to Larry for rack number 10. And the only thing I haven't checked on the bracket, I don't know whether anybody said earlier on, that looks dry. Nothing doing, I don't think. Let me have a quick check. Now, where is this match? Where are we on the bracket? Right, so it's that's right. It's semi-pro that's lying in wait. No, it's not. Tell a lie. It's Tommy. Tommy's lying in wait for the winner of this, or let's be honest, he's lying in wait for Larry, and that should be a good match. So, looking at who's left in the one-loss side, Quagmire is going to head home tonight. And if you look up the bracket, there are people, for example, Spud Boy. I would suggest he's heading home. As Eric had went through on that final rack decider against Sergeresh. So, of all the players that's left in the tournament, you know, the winner's side is already taken shape. Acero is going to be well, it could be a very close match for Stubb. We don't know yet because nothing's been set, although Stubb told me earlier on today submarines have landed off the coast of Japan, so he's ready to fire up. Yeah, emotional rants, you're right enough. If Larry wants, I could play him after. I think probably Larry would be up for that unless he's busy. You know, you could ask him. I'll have a quick drink while I'm at it. And if you gave it like half an hour, that means I could get my stream set up for the next match. Because I'm off work tomorrow anyway, so it doesn't matter what time it starts at tonight. Oh, now it's going to be the 7-9 combo, but what he wants to do here is he wants to hit this obviously half ball, and he wants that 7 ball to stay reasonably close to the rail. Now this is a wee dink across the table just to get to here and avoid a scratch, which he's done. He's played that perfect. So this has been a little comfortable practice session for Larry. You know, there's nothing coming at him, so he just needs to mind his business, and eventually the numbers will end up right, and it'll be all over. So Quagmire's break gives him one, if not a couple of balls. I heard something going in. He's got no shot in the window. 3 ball is gone. So now he needs a push out. He doesn't want to push out to a bank because Larry will take that bait on it every day of the week. Well, this I don't think Larry will turn this down. I think he'll have a go at it. It's a cutback bank, so it's not dead set. You've just got to pick that line that you're cutting that one ball to in the rail. But he'll have a go at it. No, he isn't. I'm very surprised he didn't have a go. But, you know, what's the harm in doing that when you can put your opponent in trouble? I think that's probably the reason Larry didn't have a go at it, because it wasn't sitting perfect as a bank. But once again, he's going to get ball in hand. And the only thing that's going to prevent him getting out here is that 4-ball, because I think the 4-ball, yes, if you somehow lay on the rail, you can get to it, but I don't think that's likely to happen. And you can't, I mean, you could end up here somehow. Is the 3-ball still on the table? You see, the 3-ball's not on the table, so he doesn't have to go up the table anywhere for the 3, so he can get that 2 and finish here. He can certainly cut the 4 in. Although I don't know that the angle he's got there is going to let him avoid. He's going to try the bump. And that's not worked out. I think he might be able to see a tiny edge of this. Yeah, he can. And he's got lucky there, because that could have brushed off the 6 and left a good, easy starter for Quagmire. Now that cue ball slows up, it's got a chance. That's a well played shot. Well, this could be another opportunity here for Quagmire if Larry doesn't get this safe. Well, I'm surprised Larry missed that by so much. So here we go. Just get out into the table for the 5. And if you've got the right angle in the 5, you're just rolling through the short rail back into the table for the 6. And that needs to slow up. Now that's fine. So now this is just a little jabby stun to the long rail. And that's perfect, because that gives you a choice in where you want to go. You can come down left side or right side, depending on what you do with the cue ball. And he's going to overhit that, I think. Is he? Is it going to slow up? Oh, that's perfect. That's pretty good. So again, little drawback, or you can stun it in hard and get across, but probably going the safer route to make sure he at least gets right on that 8-ball. And just cut this in slightly and draw up the rail. That's perfect as well. Well, he's going to get his second rack on the board through the generosity of Larry. But he still had to pot all the balls, so that was well done. But it's all too late. Well, I was just thinking there when Tommy said that he might want to try and play his match with Larry after this is over. I think Larry was maybe hoping that he would have this match done and dusted and be able to, because usually I think Larry plays in the 8-ball double knockout tournament that starts, I think, at the top of the hour. So Larry won't be able to play in that because this match won't be finished before then. So Quagmire with no shot on his break, so he's looking at playing the push out, but really he should be trying to kick this in. He should be trying to kick it from the long rail on the right. I think he's left a one on. Now this is a little touchy shot because you can end up doing that. It was touchy just to play a little soft sort of draw shot, stun, and still have the cut that 2-ball into the right hand side pocket. So once again, here is a table that is reasonably good apart from the 5-ball, which is going to have to be a 5-9 combo. Old ball in the middle of the table. So what Quagmire should be thinking of is he trying to come across the top side of this 4, or is he going to come back up the table and play the combo? Because he can get the top side of this 5-ball, but he's going to end up having to play a combo with the 8. So it doesn't matter what he chooses, he's going to have to play a combo either way. And the 5-9's a lot better and easier. Well, I don't think he did the right thing there. I mean, he has a bank in the 5, but he really should have been playing for the 5-9 combo. And he had a great opportunity to get half decent on it. You've got to know your limitations and play the sensible shot. That wasn't the sensible shot. So now his run out for the rack is now in jeopardy here. Because even if he banks this 5, he's not going to be great in the 6. So that's a missed call. Or what did he call there? Hang on, did I miss something there? Did he call the 9 instead? Did he play the billiard on the 9? Maybe that's what I missed. Aye, I missed it. Yeah. I was too busy looking at where this bank was going. Well, another bank or a cut. And he nailed it. So what's the golden rule with this shot off the 8-ball? The golden rule is always get up past either the left or the right side pocket. That's the golden rule, because if you try and get any better than that, you're usually heading for trouble. Now this is perfect as long as you avoid a scratch on the right side. So a wee bit of spin. And that's absolutely stonewall dead. Couldn't have played that any better. So it's going to be rack number 3. And there was 1 or 2 you called it for Larry. It might be getting close to one of your predictions. I can't remember what they were, but you can remind me. So it's really about trying to make the score a wee bit more respectable for Quagmire. Did you call it? Who was it that called it for Quagmire though? Somebody called it for Quagmire. Was it not you, Cobra? Or did you call it 13-4 for Larry? Somebody called it for Quagmire. Oh, it's Hairpig. Well, your prediction's looking a lot better than Hairpig's at the moment. Now, I haven't the foggiest idea what Quagmire was doing there. He called a safety when he had a pot in the one, and then he ends up scratching in the side. So anybody who's got a clue what was going through his head there, you can maybe explain it to me. I don't know what he did. In fact, I don't know why he called a safety when all he had was a pot. So we're back to deja vu here. Here's Larry with a table that he should always run out. A wee bit of spin to go left. Now this is a perfect angle just to pot that 6 at the right pace back across to the long rail on the right side above the pocket. Doesn't want to go dead straight, but he can stun this in. He could probably pot this and run off the rail going forward and still get out the 8 comfortable. Whatever he wants to do. You know, he's played the stun, just left it a bit short though. So he's got to watch the line that he's taking here, because again, numpty things can happen when you end up hooked behind the 10, but he's played it soft enough. Maybe too soft. Yeah, he's checked that a bit. I think he had a wee bit of right English on there, and that's, you know, he was going in the right direction, but the right English kills the pace. So he's not hit it enough, and well, he could easily do a stump here and just have a blast. Has he called the bank? Or is he going for the thin cut? I mean, what's to stop him going up and down and kicking it in? I mean, that looks easier than anything else. Just down onto the bottom rail here, back up and roll the 9 in. Or he could do that, but he hasn't got the hook. Now, this is where you want to take a line to come across here. Now, that English can take it to the side pocket, but he's avoided it, and he's good. So it's another bonus rack for Quagmire. So Larry's getting a wee bit over generous here. So now Cobra's prediction is in jeopardy, unless Larry can win out these last 4 racks that he needs. I think he's dry. Now there's good opportunities here for Quagmire to try and tuck this cue ball away. And he hasn't got the cover, but he's left Larry blocked for a straight pot in the 1 now. I don't think Larry's going to play the combo. He's going to try and miss the 2 ball here. And I think that's what he's going to try and do. He had to miss the 2. Again, a good table for Quagmire to try and get cover. Now this needs to get around the corner there behind that 6 ball and 8. And that'll do it. Now, can Larry twist this? He's trying a little gentle massey around the 8. Got the hit. So now the test for Quagmire is getting on the 2 ball in such a way that he can have a chance in coming down for this 3. And he wants to come down on the shorter side of the 3 because it's the only way he's going to pot it. Right, well, I'd be juicing up this going forward. Loads of right. No, a lot more than that. A lot more than that. So now he's got nothing but a safety option, and he's got it. He needed to get that going, juicing up with loads of right to get down in the short side of that 3. It had a possibility of getting there, but you had to brutalise it a lot more than he did. But the outcome's not bad. And this will be an easy 3-ball to get started. Now, can he dink out the back of that 3-ball there? Well, do you hit this firm to really stun into the 10, or do you just run forward and come out? Well, he's got a shot, I suppose, and he's going to be bumping off the 10, but he's got to hit this with a pace to get the 4 in. In fact, he's missed the 10, that's even better. Now you can really check this up left English to try and come back to the 6. If you're going around, you've got to get out and high. Got to get out, he's checked it big time. And now it's a testy cut. But you would like to think that if he can pot this, there's no way he's not going to be in the 7-ball. So you don't need to slam it, you just need to get it in the hole and get the cue ball running out. And that'll do it as long as he doesn't scratch like this. Commentator's eye. Chance gone. And Larry will be doing the same usual rule here. Up the right hand side, past the side pocket. Not quite there, but that'll do. In fact, he didn't need to go past the side pocket. I think the line he's got with that's good enough. Just to drop through onto the 9. Now, he probably can knit back here if he wants. Just knit back a touch. Back the direction the cue ball's coming. Or he can go forward again. This is where you've got choices as to how you get there, and it's all to do with what's comfortable. So he's knit back. And it's double figures for Larry. Cobra's prediction survives 1 rack. And Quagmire back on the break. Right. No shot for Larry. Push out. Well, none. I just roll to the side rail there and leave him an edge of the 1. Larry might get put back in, and if he does that, Larry will probably try and duck for cover up behind the 9 and whatever that is, 9 and 10, and down that right hand side. Quagmire might be trying that, but he's got to not only get this in, but I think you need to check the cue ball up to have that line. He could go right tight around the corner and come right round behind that 8-ball up there on the left side. But as it is, he's done nothing. And, well, Larry's going to be hampered, but that really was poor. The cue ball's yards short of where it should have been. Well, this is just really awkward because he wants to go across 2 rails here, but he's able to hold it. He's going to be awkward again. He couldn't put it any worse. This is horrible. He's got to watch the scratch on the side here as well. I think it'd be easier cutting that into the side rather than playing the combo, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think Larry's seen the sense. Because although he's still over the edge of the 7, I think this is far easier to bump the 5. If he hits the right side of that 5, well, he's giving it a blast though. I thought he'd have played that a wee bit more controlled. Are you still there, Tommy? Are you still watching this? I wonder if Tommy's still hanging around. Oh, that was a big ask. To get that 3 ball, it needed to be thinner. And the 3 ball goes. Now, again, this will just be pocket weight, just to roll the 3 in and play that 4 down the rail or up the rail as we look at it. You'll not be doing anything crazy here. Now, this is get yourself into the middle of the table. And past the side pockets, if you can. And that'll do nicely. That's pretty good. But he's got to nip back so that he's cutting the 7 in, the 6 in to get out for the 7. And again, that's perfect. Tommy, if you're going to talk to Larry, the only thing I would ask is that if you say, you know, like 15 minutes or something, Larry might want to go and have a break. You never know. Or he might have something else planned. But as long as I know, I can get enough time to get set up for the match. Larry's day may well be planned after this. You don't know until you ask. So I'll hang about to find out what's happening. So Larry is going to be braking to try and get on the hill. Cobra's still got his fingers crossed. Four ball goes in. 1 ball goes up table. No problem with the 1 and the 2, and shouldn't be a problem with the 3 either. And 5 ball, again, no problem there. And so you really should be thinking Larry's out here. Loads of room to get to the 2. So he's coming to the rail and coming back, I think. Looks like it. I think that's what he's trying to do. Give it a bump and see. He's not getting into it though. He's not getting into the shot at all. And that again is really poor. Because he had loads of room to give that a good stun. But you've got to get the stun and the dig in it for it to come across. And that's probably Larry's worst shot of the night there. Especially when there was so much room. And this might be going behind the 6. Has it sneaked out? I don't think it has it? No. He's not hitting that direct, but he can go between the 3 and the rail. He'll hit the 2 there, no problem. There's room to do that. In fact, ideally, he wants to be going to the rail and going to the short rail and trying to bump that 2 up the table. He's trying to spin it. I don't know why he saw that as the easier shot. There was room and a line behind that 3 ball to possibly get a kick behind the 2. And he went for something acrobatic, which was no good. Now again, Larry's got a touch like a sledgehammer again. He's overhit that by quite a margin. He didn't want to be there. He's still okay though, but Still the unreliability of these bloody crackball mice, that's what I'm saying. You can't, that's why you need a proper mouse to play those touchy shots. I'll tell you something, there's more evidence of it. There's more evidence of it. Look at this, look at the acreage he had to go on that 6-ball. Well, Quagmire's got a cut in the 6. He's going to have to use all of the pocket though. He doesn't want to be trifling with the 7. If it touches that 7, it probably won't go in. And he has used all of the pocket, and he's good as long as he's got an angle. He's a bit straight though. He probably just wants to kill this and stay short side of the 8. Now, what's the angle like here? Well, the angle's good. It's the pace that's going to be the problem. And that's no good. He had to spin that. A bit of helping spin sends it away from the 9, so you're not interfering with the 9 at all. He's having to dig out a pot, and that was a great recovery. He's making life hard for himself, but Cobra's prediction is down the pan. It's going to be 5 to Quagmire through the generosity of Larry again. Who was that, Paul? It wasn't yourself, was it? Cobra's just tore up his betting slip there. But the bang you heard was him throwing in the bin. Well, I think that's Cobra left the building. Yep. Right, Quagmire can't do anything with the 2-ball. Well, he could do that. That's not a bad result. Now, this is tricky because the 8-ball's interfering and he's had a blast to cut the 2, and of course, again, it was unlucky, but at that pace, Q-ball's going to be running. It's had a bump and it's going into the side pocket. Once again, deja vu, Larry with ball in hand. And he will definitely be in the hill after this. Now, I think he can still nip back. Yeah, he had to nip back and make sure he was at least bumping the 10. Now, he can check this slightly so he's missing the 8 and coming out towards the 10 again for the 6 into the other side pocket. I think he's just worried a wee bit about the 8-ball. Well, he's took the risk there. I think he was intending with a bit of English, and then he centred the Q-tip up. He's still got a shot. It was always risky taking that little bump into the 8, because you just never know where things are going to end up. But he's reasonable enough. spin around. Perfect angle in the 7. Loads of room behind the 9 ball. In fact, he might, I mean, he can even go forward and again just come off the short rail. He doesn't need to go behind the 9. He's got choices as how he goes about this. But he just drew it back, so all is looking good for Larry to be 1 away. Good enough angle in 8 as well. H-plug. Is that an abbreviation for hairpig? H-plug. So here we are, Larry breaking for the match. 12-5 in front. And now what was that? I think the cue ball's gone south. It certainly was. So this time Quagmire with ball in hand. Now it's a roll through for the 2 and far enough past the 3 ball to get to the 2. Doesn't want to stick himself in the rail like that. But no problem, just a roll in and he's on the 3. And I think he really wants to be fairly straight in this 3 ball if he can, because then now he's cutting it a bit more. He wants to stay in the table round about there for the 4. Wee bit of check on it. Now this is the one where I think he wants to come back. He really wants to come back towards us a bit here. What's he trying to do here? He might bump the 10 if he does that. Well, it needs to now miss the 10. Well, that'll work. Now, no need to try and do anything crazy. Just cut it, let it run out. I don't know whether he's happy trying to hold it. I think he can. He can go forward. Again, it's about what you're comfortable in doing. Yeah. And this should be plain sailing from here on in. Now this is just a little kill, a jab and a kill for the 10 into the bottom right. You don't need to put the cue ball out into the table. Well, he's come across it into the side. Again, it's whatever he's comfortable doing. But he could have just jabbed that in and had a straight 10 ball. That just means that the cue ball's running less and is less likely for anything to go wrong. So, I think that's pretty much scuppered everybody's prediction. Oh, who was it? Semi-Pro said 1360, Larry. So Semi-Pro's is the only one that can get the prediction right now. Well, the scoreboard looks a bit healthier than I thought it was going to look early on. Quagmire with a couple of balls in, 3 and 4's gone. Well, again, he's going for the push out, of course, because he's hooked. But it's got to be a good push. Now, well, the 1 ball does go past the 2. And if he just rolled to the 7, Larry would probably take the pot on in the 1. In fact, Larry's not interested with that push out, so he's giving it back to Quagmire. And this might be Quagmire's last shot of the tournament. Oh, that was a brave effort there, really difficult, but just caught a feather of that 2 ball. Now Larry, ideally here, would want to try and nick this one and bump the 9 if he could. And it looks good enough that he can do that, I think. No, not only has he done that, he's almost scratched. Well, I think Quagmire's just got to let go here. Just give this a thin cut, let the cue ball run up, see how lucky he gets. He might as well. I don't think there's any benefit in trying to be overcautious. And he's a lucky bump there. I don't think we'll grudge him that. Just let's see if we can pinch another rack here. He's a wee bit straight on this too, but he can certainly get the power into it. Now he's running again, and he might have it into the side. Or he'd be probably maybe more comfortable taking it into this bottom corner, because he'll be on the 6, no problem. And again, up and down, avoid the traffic, have a shot of some description in the 7. And don't scratch. You've got loads of left on this. That'll certainly avoid the scratch. How's the pace? Well, that was a problem, avoiding obstacles in the way. And this, is he calling the pot? Well, it is off the rail. Yeah, he pushed it to the rail. But the cue ball's going to open out. And Larry's chance to get the match done now. Again, does he just roll this in and finish top side of the 8, put it into the bottom left here? Or does he try to come back up? Because the 9 ball can interfere with this. He could roll this in dead weight. I don't think he is though. So the 9 ball could come into play here. Well, he's trying to hold it and hold it and hold it. And that's a sort of neither here nor there shot, isn't it? I mean, he overhit it if he was just trying to stay below the 8. He hasn't called the 10 yet. Is he trying to thin cut this up the table? Well, he's going to call the 10. So, of course, the 10 goes in, it comes back the table. So he still has to be good on the 8 ball. And that's good enough. Little dink into the side. 9 ball into this bottom corner. 10 ball into the side probably. Depending on how he finishes in the 9. Well, he can still hold this, so it's just a little kill shot. So Larry is through by 13 racks to 6. So I would think that's going to be, well, it probably, in all honesty, it should have been a wider margin than that at the end. But eventually Quagmire started taking 1 or 2 of those chances he got, but it was too late. So Larry's through, well done to him. And as we saw earlier, we know who he's going to be playing in the next round. It's going to be Tommy, who lies in wait. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. I would assume that Tommy's going to be having negotiations with Larry to see if Larry's happy to play another match or whether he's maybe busy and get things to do. Which, you know, you can't be critical of that. you don't expect people to hang around if they're planned to be here for a match and got other things on. Then you just have to accept that. I mean, Larry's not the type of guy that's going to turn down a match for the sake of turning it down. He's not a stub. He's not going to piss people about. So we'll see what happens. All I need is just enough time to end this stream and set myself up for the next one. So that's one match down, and Spud Boy Chico tomorrow night, Cobra Christian Friday afternoon. I'm going to be home on Friday afternoon, but I'm not streaming that match because that's just going to be a blitz to Cobra. I don't generally want to stream stuff like that. With the greatest respect to Christian, he's not going to turn over Cobra, not in a million years. That's the one I would love to watch. So hopefully, if Slim's feeling up to it or Steve's around, hopefully I'll get coverage of that match. I want to watch that when I get home on Sunday. I'll watch that on Sunday afternoon, and then on Sunday evening we'll have One Pocket Slim and Semi-Pro, and then at the start of my days off next week, on Tuesday at 8:30, which is 3:30 Eastern, we'll have the match with Albinario and Spectre Dawn. What's that? It's a bug when a challenge room says 5 rooms. Now, is Tommy still around? Because I'm waiting to hear what's happening. I don't understand what you're saying there, Potman. Is it a bug when a challenge room says 5 rooms, etc., but I can only see 2? Ah, right, wait a minute. I've got you now. I'm looking at the challenge rooms and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the tab says 6 to me. So I would actually go and restart your VP4 Potman. Right, so if Larry's busy the rest of the day, then that'll be it, folks, for tonight. So thanks for watching. Good luck to Tommy. Good luck to Larry whenever they set themselves up. Hopefully I'll be around to get it. Just do a restart, Potman. It'll clear itself out. So there isn't anything else to say other than thanks for watching, guys, and we'll bid you good night. I think that's about it.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Good night, ladies.
trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Good night, ladies.